Hey everyone, it is Tanya. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another speed build. Today I am back with another home in the new world of Sequoia, which of course came with the Growing Together expansion pack, and this is going to be a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom home coming in at around 87,000 simoleons. I adore how this house came out. I feel like the roof line is super realistic. This is something I've seen a lot in real life where there is the more sharp pitched roof in the front, and then it kind of meets up with something that comes out a little bit further on the sides to allow for a bigger upstairs portion, and then of course an attached garage. So I wanted to create something like this in The Sims, and I thought it would be perfect in the new world. I just wanted to create like a really pretty perfect family home, if that makes sense. So that is what we are building here today. I really hope you will enjoy it. If you do and you'd like to download it, it will be available on the Sims 4 gallery. You can find it under my EA ID, which is Gryphi, Gryphi. And yeah, the shape is coming together really quickly here. I have chimneys on both sides just for aesthetics. I have a fireplace on the interior on one side. The other side ends up being the garage space, which isn't really big enough for a car, but we don't have functioning cars in The Sims 4, so I thought that was fine. But I do kind of decorate it as a garage space. It has laundry and junk, and I think it looks cool in the end, so I was quite happy with that. But right now I'm just trying to figure out which windows and doors and colors I want, and it takes a really long time. You'll see that all of a sudden it just skips from one color to the next because I was being so indecisive. But I did use the windows and doors that came with Growing Together. I just thought that they looked really nice on this style of home. So that is what I opted for. We also end up having a pretty long driveway and a nice side yard. I changed the color of the roof and all of the windows, and it ends up being a very neutral looking house on the outside, which is what I was going for because I wanted something that looked super realistic. And I feel like this style of house with these colors that I end up with in the end, not what I have right now, which is almost nothing, is just very common. And that's what I wanted to create. So some of the other colors you see along the way might be colors you're more drawn to. Like, I like this look, but I already created a house with this color scheme, so I didn't want to do that. And I wanted something that I might see more often, whereas I love this wood tone, but I never see it. However, I do see pale colored houses with brick on the bottom. So that's what I did here today, and I think it looks really nice. I also ended up putting a car in the driveway. I will be changing that out to a different one later. I've always tried and used this car, but something about it just doesn't look right. The proportions look awkward, so I never end up keeping it. But just getting a big tree in the backyard, I end up getting one of those off to the right side of the build as well a little bit later. I think that's such a nice tree, so quite happy with that. And then trying to figure out what gate I want. So I ended up putting the fence on an angle here to fit a gate a little bit better, and it's a more modern gate since we don't really have a matching swatch, unfortunately. I don't know why it's this long into the game and we still don't have proper swatches for that particular gate. I guess that can be said for a lot of swatches in the game though. But that's one that really bothers me. I also put a swing set outside, and then we're getting some flower boxes. That is the swing set that was part of like the order before a certain date thing with Growing Together, which I believe is over now. But it's a really cute swing set. I like the little flags that are on it, and there's like stickers and stuff. It's just got like a lot of personality. So I quite enjoyed that in this space, and I'm always happy to get some more swing sets in the game since I think that's just such a realistic thing to have in your yard. I was really sad when they first came out and it was just with seasons, because we have monkey bars in base game, but like I never knew anyone that had those. Everyone had a swing set if they had anything. So anyway, we're inside now working on the floor plan. This did take me a while, and I cut out portions of it because it was just very confusing. But basically you enter in, and off to the side you're going to be in the dining space. There is a half wall that separates the dining space from the living space, and then the kitchen is off in the back corner. I have this weird box here that's going to be actually on an angle. I'm going to change that now. And that is where I end up having the fireplace coming off of, which lines up with outside. I have it on an angle in the living space, which I think looks so nice. I use this one from Eco Lifestyle. I thought about having two, but I didn't like the look of it, so I just have one in the living space, and then we're getting an archway into the kitchen, and of course we have that garage space as well. And then upstairs I was able to fit 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. There is a primary bedroom with an ensuite, and then there's going to be another bathroom over on the other side. Right now I don't have it, and then I decided I wanted that, so we're figuring it out right now. So it creates a little bit more of a hallway space over here, but it allowed for another bathroom, and then the bedrooms were a little bit more of a reasonable size. They weren't so big. And then in the primary bedroom, I wanted to make it a little bit smaller as well. So I put a built-in closet, and then downstairs I wanted to add another bathroom so that there would be one on the bottom floor. So just adding that now and then figuring out the flooring. For a while, I really wanted to add carpet in here. So you'll see it kind of changes color so many different times, and then I get rid of it entirely. So sorry about that. I was being really indecisive because I loved how the outside of this build looked. And at first I was like, oh, I just want to create a cute home. And then I was like, maybe I'll make this a budget home. And then I just started decorating it, and I got carried away with it. So it wasn't going to be a budget home anymore. So I decided, you know what? It's fine. We don't need carpet. I'm just going to make this look super cute. And I got really sucked into it and had so much fun with this build. So I really hope everyone loves it because I adore this house. I think the outside is so cute. I love how I decorated it inside. It's super cozy. It's got a lot of neutrals and greens, but it still feels really homey. So let me know if you agree with that. This is going to be that dining space. I did use these new chairs, or they're not new anymore. They came with the wedding pack, but for some reason I don't use them that often, but I thought they looked nice here paired with these curtains. I also really love the hutch that I put on a diagonal over here. And then we're just getting a little table by the front door. I put a mirror above it, and I clutter it up with a few items to put by the front door. One of them's a plant, not that you need a plant by the front door, but I did it anyway because I'm obsessed with this new plant from the greenhouse kit. It is so pretty. The trailing leaves, she's just gorgeous. I need to use her everywhere. So I got that. I also got like a little clock. I think I put some like a phone and keys there and a jar to throw change in and like receipts and stuff. I thought that was pretty realistic. And then I just got some fruit on the table. I wasn't really sure what else to put on that table, to be honest. That's something I really struggle with is what do you put on a dining table or a kitchen table? I have no idea. So that's what I opted for. And then I added another table over here that has more storage in it for plates and stuff, and then just decorated the top of that. We got a nice little lamp, I believe. Yeah, we got a little stereo over here as well, and a couple of other things. I kept it pretty simple. I also did put a plate over on that hutch, but the more I looked at it, the more I didn't like it. So I got rid of that in the end because it just looks a little awkward. And that's pretty much it for the dining space. But in the entryway, I wanted to have it be more defined as an entryway. So I made this section of wall be the brick from the outside. And then I kind of tucked in this coat rack from Seasons. So it's on that space. I think it looks so cool. I was really happy with that. It just adds a little bit more visual interest to the space, but still looks like a functional space for your Sims to hang up their coats. And then I got like keys and shoes and your umbrella holder thing over there. And then we're going to be moving into the living room. At this point, I still hadn't gotten rid of the carpet, but I will be here shortly. But I'm figuring out the couches. I opted for one from Eco Lifestyle and another from, or actually that's not Eco Lifestyle. One from Dream Home Decorator and another one from the, oh goodness, I want to say that's the knitting pack. And I think they work together really nicely. We have a cream colored one and a green one. And then I used this big coffee table from Seasons. This is where the style of the home is starting to come together. I think it's so cozy. I don't really know what to call this style. Maybe it's a little bit rustic. I'm not entirely sure, but I think it's adorable. And I was just having a blast. This was so up my alley. I don't know what style would be my favorite because there's so many that I'm drawn to, which is why a lot of my homes are a mixture of styles. I don't tend to go for like strongly one or another. Occasionally I do, but a lot of my homes are just mixed together because I love how that looks. So just getting an armchair over here in the corner. That is the matching one to the love seat. And then I got some paintings up above the TV, just changing those swatches. That's a set from Cats and Dogs, which is really nice. And then just bringing those curtains over here and figuring out what else to put on the wall. I wanted to put like a painting or something over here. So just trying to figure that out so the walls don't look so blank. I think, yeah, I got the base game one with the mountains on it. And then I ended up putting a bookcase over here as well. I wasn't sure which one. I ended up going with this base game one that's kind of like zigzag. I thought that fit in that space pretty nicely. And I think I put a painting above it. Yeah, there it is. And that should be pretty much it for this living room. And we're heading on into the kitchen. So I moved these windows over so that they are around the corner. I just thought that looked nice. You got a view into the backyard and also behind the house. And then I was thinking I was going to have the stove over there, but I actually ended up moving it back to the other side of the kitchen. I was being a little indecisive, but I'm glad that I changed it because I think the layout of this kitchen looks really nice. The stove ends up being in the middle of those 3 counters that you can see on the same side as the fridge. because it just felt too empty over there. So I wanted to move it. And then the other side is not like functional. It's more decorative. I ended up putting a bunch of cabinets over there and some like decorative shelving and stuff. That would also be a cool place if you wanted to move the fridge and put it there instead, because if you put big cabinets around the fridge, it kind of makes it look built in, but I liked it where I placed it. And then I'm just getting some clutter over here in the corner by the windows. I wanted to have a place to dry your dishes, of course, a plant. I wanted this whole space to feel like light and airy, but also cozy. So I opted for a tile in here that is a little bit lighter, but still brought in those greens that I was trying to go for in this space. We do have a table in the kitchen with just 2 chairs at it. I really wanted them to mostly use their dining space, but I thought having a table in here would be nice anyway. And then I just got a corkboard over by the back door and temperature controls. I get a little rug in here as well. And then I added these little side pieces from cats and dogs on either side of the cabinets. And I just thought they looked really nice. I don't know why, but I just thought that was a nice touch in this kitchen, and I'm glad I did that. And then I just got a little plant, and that's it for the kitchen. And we're moving on into the downstairs bathroom. I think this is the only one I included in the build because they're the same fixtures, just in different shaped bathrooms. But there are 2 other bathrooms in this house. They're both upstairs. One is about the same size as this one. Yeah, it's the same size. It's just a slightly different layout based on where the door is. And the other one's much bigger, but it's still the same fixtures. I think I just have 2 of the sinks, perhaps. And that is going to be the ensuite, but you'll see screenshots of those at the end of the video. I just don't include the footage because it's a little bit repetitive and you can kind of see them on camera right now. They're just there. But this is the hallway. It's pretty simple. I just have a side table and a plant and I believe a little stereo as well. And then we're going to work on the primary bedroom, which is right here. I ended up using this new bed that came with Growing Together, which I haven't used too much yet, but I thought it was really nice. And I paired it with the bedside tables and the dresser that came with Seasons. And the gorgeous new mirror from the latest basement kit. It is so nice. That mirror is gorgeous in the black swatch. I thought was perfect to bring out the hardware on the bedside tables and the dresser. And then just got some more plants and stuff in here and cluttered up the space to make it look more lived in. I just think it's a really nice space. I love this bedroom. I think brown and black look so nice together. And growing up, I was always told they were not supposed to go together. But as an adult, and somebody who's always creating spaces in The Sims, I always put brown and black together and I love it. So I know I've mentioned that before in videos, but maybe not everyone's heard me talk about it. So let me know what your opinion is on black and brown going together because I love it. And I'd be very curious to know what everyone else thinks of it and if they were told the same thing growing up, if those 2 colors just, you don't do it. Anyway, this is going to be the first of the kids' rooms. I kind of decorated them both as like somewhere between tweens and teens. I'm not really sure the exact age of these Sims, but I was thinking this was a slightly younger Sim, more kid-like, but still has some things in here that kind of lean teen. I feel like the pictures on the walls and a couple of the other items I added in here feel a little bit older, but I did include a toy box and this big stuffed dog in here. I also love this canopy bed from Seasons with the floral print on the like curtains. It is so cute, and the new rug that we got with the base game update when Infants came out was perfect in this space as well. I also got a bunch of arts and crafts on the walls, and I put a bunch of posters and stuff in here, and I just think this room comes out really cute in the end. I love adding floor clutter like that. That makes it look like the space hasn't been cleaned up after. Actually, both of these bedrooms, I put the same couch in a different swatch in because it fits perfectly in the window nook, so I thought it could be like a built-in piece of furniture in each of the rooms. And they had their parents upholster it in different colors to fit whatever aesthetic they wanted. So that's what I did in here. I also got this wardrobe that has all of the little pictures on it. I thought that was a cute addition in this space. And then we're just trying to find some other posters to put up on the wall. And that should be pretty much it for this bedroom. And moving on to this one, I had no idea what colors I wanted to go for, what theme. I just kept going back and forth on the bed swatches. And then I went with this really dark theme, but I pretty much keep this, but I changed the bed to be like a dark blue and purple instead. And so I bring in a little bit more of those colors to the rest of the room, but it's still pretty dark in color scheme and I quite like it. So I think this Sim is a little bit older and definitely into some more like edgier music and stuff. This is right up my alley. I loved using those posters from the werewolves pack. They're so fun. Like there's a werewolf on a motorcycle. Like, yes, I need that poster in real life. And there is that couch that I had picked that I had mentioned. So they have the same one, but I thought that was pretty realistic since their rooms are essentially mirrored. And so that's what I did here, just getting some clutter on the bedside table. And then I should be changing the table, or not the table, the bed soon. I I wasn't feeling it. For some reason, this room just didn't feel quite right. And so I was like, okay, maybe we changed the rug. And then I changed the rug to this like grayish blue one. And then it felt like I needed to change the bed. And that's when it all started coming together. I think this space looks so much nicer now that I did that. Changed the wood tones of the bedside table and stuff, added a guitar in here, and that room looks so much better. And now we are on into the garage space, which is of course where the basement kit comes in handy. I got some like boxes and an old bookcase. Then I'm adding the laundry space in here. When I include laundry in a build, I tend to only put the laundry baskets in the space where the laundry machines are. And I do that because for gameplay, it's so much easier to have the laundry baskets near where you're going to do laundry and not have to go all around the house collecting laundry. I know it's not realistic. In real life, you have to go all around the house collecting it. But in The Sims, for gameplay purposes, I thought it would be better to just have the laundry baskets in here. So there are none throughout the rest of the house, but of course you could change that if you download this build. I also added an easel in here in case your Sims want to do any kind of painting. I just thought that would be a nice item to have. And I also have the parenting board and the decoration box from Seasons, just like a couple of items that you might want to use. Oh, I also added a card table in here. I thought that was a fun thing to have in the garage as well. And then I just get some more clutter in here. We get a laundry basket. And I think I had a sink over on the other side. Yeah, I did. And then I get some keys over here. I just wasn't really sure what to put in that space. It took me a little while, but we're out in the yard now and I wanted to finish this up, get some additional plants out here, a better pathway leading to the front. I redrew it a couple of different times. It just wasn't looking right. I wasn't really sure what I was going for. I just wanted it to be simple and kind of frame in some more bushes, lead you over there, but still leave a lot of grassy area for kids to explore or to hang out in, do some gardening, all of that. So here are some planters as well. I also got the water balloon bucket from Seasons. That item allows your Sims to have like water balloon fights, which I thought was quite fun. And then I added a couple of kids' bikes out front, or I think one of them is an adult bike that can be used by teens and older, and the other one is a kid bike. So added that and a new car. I also got a mailbox, and then we're going to get some decorations over by the planters that actually came with the greenhouse kit that just came out, just to make it look a little bit more realistic. And that's it for this build. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more, and click that bell to be notified when I upload. Thank you so very much for watching. Enjoy those screenshots, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, everyone.